What's the strangest conversation you've accidentally eavesdropped on? Was checking into a luxury hotel when I was younger, and the people in the next room were fucking like animals. So I keyed a bit slower than I normally would have because I had never been in this situation and I was intrigued, and then in between grunts and moans she yells, "I bet your wife doesn't fuck you like this."
What? What the f—
Probably goes on every day, but I never heard something like that before or since. To her black family in the Christmas decorations aisle. 3-year-old, "Dad, can we get a white man for Christmas?" Shocked dad, "What?" 3-year-old, a white man points at shelf. Shocked dad, looks where son is pointing and laughs, "No son, that's called a snowman." I was pulling up to an intersection with a bus stop right as the light turned green. I crept by this stop and all I heard was an old black dude saying, "That's how the motherfucker took my leg." I look out my passenger window to see him with a prosthetic in his hand, sitting in a wheelchair, facing the other people at the bus stop. IDK what story they heard, but it was damn good. A few kids were debating on what happened to the poop after you flushed it on the train. One believed it exploded on impact with the rails. Another debated the possibility of it being shot out of the side like a cannon. And another knew it was used to fuel the train. I was in line for a roller coaster years ago when I overheard a 12-year-old and her even younger sister talking to two nice strangers, all standing in line behind me. The 12-year-old was talking about how she lives on a farm with her grandparents, her little sister and her newborn kid. She goes on and on about her young kid, and how her grandparents homeschool her so she has time to her raise and take care of her kid, and how her little sister is helping too. She goes on to describe how little and precious and sweet her kid is and how much she loves her. I spent the entire time in line stunned and speechless and impressed by how engaged and unbothered the two strangers were during the whole conversation, i.e. asking to see pictures, etc. It wasn't until we got to the front of the line that I realized she meant kid, as in a baby goat.
Bruh.
Not something I heard, but what someone eavesdropped on me. I used to work at a restaurant, and every member of the kitchen staff was Indian, and didn't speak English very well. There was one white guy that worked there, and for whatever reason, they all called him Ding Ding. White guy was having a birthday party, and invited us all. One of the Indian guys, and myself were standing outside the restaurant smoking, and the Indian guy says to me, Indian accent, "Hey man, you going to Ding Ding party?" A guy walking by us stopped, and said, "I'm sorry, I just overheard you guys, and I have to know what a Ding Ding party is?" I couldn't stop laughing, and eventually told him what it was.